Hi, I'm Dimity Sky. Thank you so much for meeting me on the mat today for this yoga connection flow. This flow is going to connect your body and your mind and bring you back home to yourself. You won't need any props for it, just yourself in some comfy clothes and a mat if you have one, otherwise just some space on the floor. I always do recommend having a bolster or a cushion handy, a couple of blocks and a blanket, but you won't need them, so that's up to you. Get ready and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat for today's practice. Today's practice is based on the theme of ahimsa. Ahimsa is one of the moral codes of yoga, and it translates into non-harming, non-violence, and the flip side of that is kindness, compassion, love. And we're talking not just about action, but also in thought and in words. So ahimsa in its entirety means non-harming, non-violence. So kindness, compassion, and love in thought, word, and deed, not just to others, but also to yourself, because we know we only love others as we love ourselves. So it all starts with us. It all starts with our relationship that we have with ourselves. So find a comfortable seated position. If you like, you can prop yourself up onto something, onto a bolster, a block, a blanket, just something to elevate your hips up higher than your knees. And we're going to start today by bringing our mind home into our body through our breath. Shut down your eyes or you can keep them open, softly gazing in front. Palms can be facing down or you can face them up in Jnana Mudra, thumb and index fingers gently touching, other three fingers facing upwards. And bring all of your attention onto your breath. Feeling your breath rise up from your belly, into your ribs, into your chest. Exhale. Again, deep breath in, all the way up. And all the way down. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now bring one hand on your belly, the other hand on your heart. And just take a moment here to connect with yourself, to feel your breath rising all the way up and all the way down, to feel your heart beating beneath your hand, the sign that you are alive, that you are here, that you are present. And as long as you have air in your lungs, as long as your heart is beating, there is a purpose and a destiny for your life. May we learn to love ourselves well so that we can love others well. And may we practice ahimsa today on our mat, knowing that we take our practice off the mat and into the world. So everything we cultivate on our mat has an overflow effect into our everyday life. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra and take a bow to honor yourself, the practice and each other. Open up your eyes, and we're going to begin today over on our backs. So come all the way down. You can come off your bolster or blanket, whatever you're on, and come on down and just hug your knees in. Give yourself a hug, some self-love. You can gently rock from side to side if you like, massaging your spine. And then extend the arms out to either side, let your knees fall to the right. And you can gaze left if you'd like to take it deeper. Inhale back to center. And exhale for the other side. Knees fall left. You can gaze right if you like. Inhale back to center. Now cross your right leg over the left. Reach on through behind the thigh or around the shin for reclined pigeon. And again, if you like, you can do those little rocks from side to side. Keeping your right toes flexed in. And plant your left foot. Extend your left arm out to the left and grab a hold above, to the inside or the outside, of your right foot. And just let your right leg splay open for half happy baby pose. You can open up the leg, move it around however feels good. Today's practice is largely focused on the hips. We store a lot of emotional energy and tension in the hips, so we're going to get rid of some, maybe all of that. All right, and then slowly release. You can bring that leg up, keep your left leg bent, straighten your right leg, and grab a hold either behind the thigh, behind the calf, or around the toes, more flexible. Now you can keep your chest, your shoulder blades down, or if you like, raise yourself up, stretching out through your calves and hamstrings. And slowly release, cross your left leg over the right, reach on through behind the thigh or around the shin. Flex your left toes, option to rock. Keep your left toes flexed in, helps to protect your knees. Stay focused on your breath. Now plant your right foot, right arm out to the right, grab a hold to the inside or outside of your left leg, left foot. Open up. You can just let your right leg splay open. Now straighten your left leg and bring your right leg in. Now you can grab a hold behind the thigh, behind the calf, or more flexible around the toes. Shoulder blades on or off. Stretching out your calves and hamstrings. And slowly release, and then just from here, do a little rock and roll up and over. Come onto your hands and knees. And bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders, your knees directly underneath your hips. If you like, you can bring the hands to face inwards towards your knees for cat-cow. Inhale as you gaze up. Exhale, round. Untuck, inhale, gaze up. Tuck your toes as you round your spine. 3 more here. Untuck, inhale. Exhale. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Untuck, inhale. And exhale. Now come back to a neutral spine. Bring your hands back to face forward if they're facing backwards. Pick up your right leg and start to circle the hip around. Big circles here. And then extend your right leg out to the right. Walk your hands forward, tuck your back toes, shift your hips forwards and backwards. Keep your arms straight here, so you just want to focus on the hips and pelvis. Move with your breath. Inhale back. Exhale forward. One more. Inhale back. And exhale forward. And then walk your hands up. Right hand on right leg as you reach your left arm over to the right. And then windmill both hands, so your left hand is in line with your left leg. I'll pivot so you can see me. So directly in line, but out about half a meter, maybe a whole meter. Reach, stay right here or reach around, grab a hold of that back leg, hold. And slowly release. Come back to tabletop position. Come onto your hands and knees, and just to rest the wrist for a moment, swing the arms, open up through the chest. And bring the arms overhead, forwards and backwards. One more forwards, one more backwards. And then bring the hands down. Pick up your left leg, circle the hip. Then take your left leg out to the left. Just move my props away a little bit. Walk your hands forward, tuck your back toes. Start to shift your hips forwards and backwards. Moving with your breath. Just go one more back, one more forward. Then walk your hands up. Left hand on your left leg, above or below the knee joint. Reach right arm over to the left. And then windmill your right hand down in line with your right leg. Plant it, reach left arm over. Stay right here or reach around, catch a hold of that back leg, pull it on in. And then slowly release. Come back into a tabletop position. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. And just pedal your feet out here. Move your hips from side to side, bend your knees. Just make any sort of movements that feel good. And then pause, come into a still downward facing dog. Raise your right leg up. Again, bend the knee, open the hip. Couple of hip mandalas, hip circles here. And then you're going to straighten your leg, flex your toes, spin your right hip point down. Exhale as you bring your knee all the way to the outside of the right elbow. Right knee, right elbow. And then step it to the right corner of your mat. And stay up high on your back leg. If you need to lower it, you can, that's fine. Now the sternum pulls forward, back leg pulls back, and start to shift your hips forwards and backwards. Really getting into your psoas here, your hip flexor. Now pause and raise your right arm up. Gaze up, look at your thumb. Hold. Now plant your hand to the inside of the right foot and start to shift your hips forwards and backwards. Now just come down as much as is comfortable here, moving at your body's rate of release. So if it feels comfortable, you can start to come all the way down. Otherwise, just stay up in more of a lunging position. That's fine as well. Make sure you use blocks underneath your hands if you need to at any time. One more to the right, one more to the left. Meet me to the back of your mat. And then pivot, plant your hands, surround your front foot, step it back into a plank position. Now lower down, knees, untuck toes, lower your chest. Inhale up to cobra, thighs and pelvis still on the mat, your elbows are bent. Exhale as you lower, tuck toes, plant hands, press up and back, downward facing dog. Raise left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, circle the hip. Now straighten your leg, flex your toes, spin left hip point down. Exhale, left knee to the outside of the left elbow, and then to the left corner of your mat. Both hands about in line with that left leg. Use blocks underneath the hands if you need. And sternum pulls forward, back leg pulls back. Start to shift your hips. Pause and raise your left arm up. Reach up, gaze up. Hold. Now both hands to the inside of your left foot, and again start to shift your hips forwards and backwards. Maybe you can get a little more depth this time. Come all the way down. Really getting into your inner thighs, your abductors and adductors. Just go one more to the front, one more to the back. And then pivot, plant your hands around your front foot, step it back into a plank position. Now you can lower the knees down again like we did the first time, otherwise lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, press on back. We all meet in downward facing dog. Really nice, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now step your right foot in between your hands, lower the back knee down. Untuck your back toes. Inhale as you sweep hands up. Exhale as you open up through your chest. And then bring the arms behind you and pull your chest forward and your arms back. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release your hands, straighten your front leg, flex your toes in. Now plant that front foot. Bring your right hand to the outside of your right knee. Hook left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Hands in prayer, shoulders back and down, gaze behind. You can stay right here or gaze down. Tuck those back toes, lift your back knee up, hold. For 5. Keep your gaze steady, down or to the side or even up if you can. 4. 3. Stay with it, elbow against knee, knee against elbow for 2. And 1. Gaze down, untuck your back toes, release your hands, and then press on up into Didasana. So you're just going to extend your left leg out behind you. Use blocks underneath the hands if you need to. Hold here. Now, if you can, well, just do your best. You're going to take that left leg, bring it all the way through, and extend your arms up with that leg out in front of you. Hold, engage your core. So we're just firing up our hips so that we can go deeper into some longer holding poses. Now flex your foot, sit it over the top of the right, hands in prayer. Sit it down, Galavasana. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release the way that you came in. So come in, bring your knee up, bring your arms up, and then step it back. Plant your hands and either press back down dog or lower the knees. Take a modified version or lower chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or urdhva mukha. Exhale, press on back, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Clearing breath, inhale. And exhale. Step left foot in between hands, lower back knee down. Untuck your back toes. Inhale, sweep hands up. Exhale, open up through your chest. And then bring the arms behind you, clasp your hands. Pull your chest forward and your arms back. Now release your hands, straighten your front leg, flex your toes in. Relax your head and neck. Plant your front foot, left hand to the outside of the left knee, hook right elbow to the outside of the left knee, hands in prayer, shoulders back and down, gaze behind. Stay right here or gaze down, tuck your back toes, lift on up. Strong back leg, keep your gaze steady, down to the side or even up if you can. Find your point of focus for 3, for 2, and 1. Gaze down, lower that back knee down, untuck your back toes, plant your hands, and then lift yourself up into Didasana. That right leg is straight, toes are pointed. Make sure you use blocks underneath the hands if you need to. Now take that back leg and do your best here, practicing Ahimsa. So whatever your practice looks like today, just giving yourself permission for it to look like whatever it needs to look like. Give yourself permission to wobble, give yourself permission to laugh at yourself, flex your toes, place your foot, your right foot over the top of the left, sit it on down, Galavasana. So be gentle with yourself as you practice. Not pushing, not striving, there's nothing to achieve, there's nowhere to go. Holds. And then slowly see if you can release the way you came. Come all the way up, extend your arms up, extend your leg up, and then slowly step it back. Surround your front foot and press back down dog, lower the knees or lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale as you press on back, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Take a clearing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Step your right foot in between your hands, pivot on your back foot, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And I'm just going to turn around so that I can face you, so that you can see me and I can see you. So you want your front heel and your back arch in line. The outer edge of your back foot is down and then bend into that front knee. From here, we'll take the pericardium stretch. So you'll flex your palms and press forward and back. The pericardium is our lining across our heart, our chest meridian. So in some ways, we're increasing our capacity to give and receive love on an energetic level. So we press forward and press back. Now bring your hands back to face forward. Take that back hand, bring it behind the back, flip front palm, inhale, reverse. And exhale, come back to center, straighten your front leg, heel toe that back foot in just a little. Reverse Trikonasana. Left hand to the back of your left leg, flip front palm, inhale, reverse. Exhale for full Trikonasana. Tilt your left hip back, reach your right arm forward. Grab a hold around the shin, the ankle, or to the pinky toe side of the foot as you reach up. Use a block underneath your right hand if you need to. Hold for 3. Stay for 2. And 1. Now gaze down. We'll transition into Ardha Chandrasana. So you're going to sweep your top hand, your left hand underneath. And then hop your right hand forward slightly to the right of your right foot as you reach your left arm up, flexing your left toes. Straighten that right leg as much as you can. Holds. For 3. Gaze down or to the side, maybe even up for a bit of a challenge for 2. And 1. Now gaze down and step it back. Take yourself through your vinyasa so you can press back down dog or lower your knees. Or take a full vinyasa by lowering down chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, roll on back downward facing dog. Step your left foot in between your hands, pivot on your back foot, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, arms up and out. Take your pericardium stretch, so flex your palms, press forward and press back, stretching the lining across your heart. Energetically widening your ability to give and receive love. Keep that front knee down, one more press forward, one more press back. Bring your hands back to face forward, take that back hand, bring it behind the back, flip front palm, inhale, reverse. And exhale, come all the way back, straighten your front leg, heel toe back foot in just a little, reverse Trikonasana. Right hand to the back of your right leg, flip front palm, inhale. And exhale, full Trikonasana, right hip tilts back, left arm reaches forward, grab a hold around the shin, the ankle, or to the pinky toe side of the foot. Reach your hand up. Gaze up, hold. Now gaze down, take your top hand, right hand, sweep it underneath, hop your left arm forward slightly to the left of your left foot, straighten your left leg if you can, Ardha Chandrasana, flex your back toes, hold, for 3, stay for 2, and 1, now gaze down, plant your hands, step it back, and take your vinyasa or skip it. Remember, practicing ahimsa, kindness, compassion, giving yourself what you need in this practice. Downward facing dog. Clearing breath here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now step your right foot in between your hands, lower the back knee down. Untuck your back toes. Use a block underneath your hand if you need to. You're going to take your right hand, bring it behind the back, stay right here or bend that back leg and grab a hold of the foot, pull it on in. And work with your breath here. Every inhale, the muscles lengthen. Every exhale, see if you can pull that foot in just a little closer. One more inhale. One more exhale. Slowly release. And then heel toe that foot over to the left. Sit it down for pigeon pose. More flexible, your leg is going to be in a right angle across the front of the mat. Otherwise, you can bring that leg in towards your groin. That back leg can be as bent as you need it to be, so more flexible, it will be straight, otherwise you can bend it. And if your right hip is up, please place a block or a blanket, would be really appropriate choice here, blanket or even a bolster underneath your hip, because you want to square those hips out. Inhale. If it feels comfortable, exhale and just relax into your pigeon pose and take some deep breaths here. Just allowing yourself to relax completely. Bringing all of your attention into this present moment. Maybe taking a moment to contemplate some ways that you could practice ahimsa towards yourself. Are there areas in your life that you're being unkind to yourself in? This is your time to set new intentions and to let go of those things that aren't serving you. And slowly release. Plant your hands. Now press on up. You tuck your back toes and find your plank position. And then from here, you're going to take your right leg, so press back downward facing dog, and then that right leg will come all the way over as you shift your left shoulder above your left hand. Plant your right hand behind you and open up for Wild Thing. You can take Jnana Mudra with your right hand if you like, thumb and index fingers gently touching. Lift the hips up high, hold. And then slowly release, pivot on back into your downward facing dog. Step your left foot in between your hands, lower your back knee down, untuck your back toes, block underneath right hand if you need. Take left hand behind you, open up through the chest, stay right here, or catch that back foot, pull it on in. And then move with your breath. Taking some deep breaths here. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Slowly release. And heel toe your left foot over to the right. Sit it on down for your pigeon pose. Set yourself up the same as you did on the other side. And once you're comfortable, you can slowly begin to bring your chest down. Keep your breathing long and slow. And take another opportunity to look inward and to see if there's some areas that you can be a little more kind to yourself in. What are the thoughts you think about yourself? What are the words you say about yourself? Are there habits that it's time to let go of? This is your time to move forward, to let go of those things that aren't serving you. One more deep breath in, and a deep breath out. And then slowly release. You plant your hands, press on up and back into your downward facing dog. And then here's your tricky transition. You're going to raise your left leg up, shift your right shoulder over your right hand, step your left foot behind you, open up for Wild Thing. Lift your hips nice and high, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Press on back into your downward facing dog. Take a clearing breath here, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And then you can do a little jump through, otherwise just lower the knees down and come over onto your back. Not all the way over onto your back, onto your buttocks, sorry. And extend the legs forward for Dandasana, staff pose. So your hands are just next to your trochanters, those bony bits. You flex your toes in. Inhale. Hold as you exhale. Nice straight spine. Nice, one more here. Inhale. And exhale as you fold, coming into your Paschimottanasana. Keep your spine straight and just allow yourself to relax into it. Every exhale, you release another layer of tension. One more deep breath in. Exhale it out. And then slowly release, and you bring the legs in for Baddha Konasana. So grab a hold. I'm going to turn this way so I can see you and you can see me. And just start by fluttering your wings. Opening up through your hips. Now pause, and we're going to take it into Torasana. So it's essentially a Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, but with your legs out a little further. Inhale and exhale as you fold. So super passive pose here. Just going to allow yourself to relax, relax, relax. Relax into it. Let it all go. Relax your head, relax your neck. If the mind wanders, generally wandering into past or future, just bring your attention back to your breathing. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And then slowly release. You can come up and use your hands to bring the legs back together. Come on down onto your back. You can use a bolster for this if you like, a blanket or a block, something to elevate your hips up. If you don't have one, that's fine as well. Extend the legs up and take a happy baby pose. So you're going to grab a hold of the insides or the outsides of the feet or around the ankles. So we did half happy baby at the start, coming into our full happy baby pose. More flexible, you can take a lying straddle so you can really open up through the legs. And in this position, we're going to take 3 lion's breaths. So you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through the mouth. It's quite a forceful exhale, so you're going to open up the mouth and stick out the tongue. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. So nice, so detoxifying. Release those things that aren't serving you. All right, bring those legs back together, extend them up, and you can stay here if you like for Viparita Karani, so just your legs up the wall pose, without the wall obviously. Just let all that fresh fluid drain into the upper part of the body, or extend the legs all the way up for your shoulder stand. So you're going to catch a hold of the flesh just below the buttocks, above the buttocks and below the rib cage. Hold here. You can stay right here, or you can bring the legs overhead for your plow pose. So wherever you're at, you're not moving the head left or right, you're keeping your gaze steady. Just allow yourself to relax completely into it. You can shut down your eyes here if you like. Taking some long, slow, deep breaths. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And then slowly release, nice and slow, easy does it. You can bring your legs down and move that bolster or block or blanket if you're using one of those things. Extend your left leg, hug your right knee in. Right knee comes over to the left for a twist. Reach out through your right arm. You can use your left hand to pull the right knee up and over if you like. Slowly inhale back to center and exhale for the other side. Slowly inhale back to center, and from here you can Make any other final adjustments or set yourself up for Shavasana. So if you've got a bolster or any sort of props you'd like to use, you can just set yourself up, make yourself comfortable. Palms facing upwards in a gesture of receptivity. Giving yourself these moments to let your practice integrate. Take some long, slow, deep breaths. Breathing in, you breathe in peace. And breathing out, you breathe out tension. Taking these last few moments to reflect on ahimsa. Take a moment to consider if there are ways that you are not practicing ahimsa. So ahimsa being non-harming, non-violence. Are there ways in which you are not acting compassionately towards yourself? Are there ways in which you are not being kind to yourself? Let whatever wants to come up, come up. Let your heart speak to you. What is it time to let go of? Is it time to start thinking more kindly about yourself? Is it time to start speaking more kindly about yourself? Knowing that our thoughts become our words, and our words become our actions. So it all starts with a thought. As we finish our practice today, I bless you all with ahimsa. And I pray that this practice would serve to take you deeper into self-love. Make it your intention to love yourself well as you move throughout your days on this earth, knowing that as we love ourselves well, we love others well. And that's what our practice is all about, to lead us deeper into a place of love. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And I look forward to practicing with you again soon.